the topic of demons has like so many offshoots and connotations, and almost none of them are good at all in any way, shape, or form. You could also call it your shadow or the shadow self. There was this dude back on July 17th, I spoke with for 3.5 hours. I think it was, said his name was Michael. Archangel Michael, actually. It was the same day I was supposed to, that there were open auditions in Ivers, England, for the role in some just open auditions. So it was strange that I got a call on that day from someone saying that they're him. We talked for 3.5 hours, imitating me, mirroring me is a popular tactic, even locally. Fortunately, some people won't do that stuff, that agency stuff, and they keep their scruples and their marbles and their credibility with me, which is worth what it's worth. You know, the last will be first, the first will be last when. You know, do we really need the last to be first and the first to be last? I don't know. I got a headache coming on, and it's raining. Is there a connection? I don't know. Beautiful sky, though, huh? It does. It looks like a giant fortress. Fortress in the sky, no diamonds. So, yeah. He had a good line that isn't his, but I've seen it around. My angels don't play well with your demons. Then I think about angels. I think about angels a lot. I used to. I still do. I mean, if 2 days go by and I don't talk about angels, to me it's old news. Those angels are old news. You know, it's been days since I talked about angels. It's been days since I talked about demons. The interconnectedness of the oneness of everything is so true, but it's so far removed from reality. You understand? It's true, but it's not within the realm of reality. Now, that's not to say that it can't be reality someday, after the world heals. And I think that there's nobody more broken and put back together. Am I flattering myself? Maybe. Am I at least self-absorbed? Yeah. I am, because all we can control is ourselves. And if we look at ourselves as a microcosm of the world, we can accomplish more. Just takes being open-minded. It means the good guy would have to, think about what it would be like to be a bad guy, and a bad guy would have to think about what it's like to be a good guy. I don't know, the bank robber would have to think about what it's like to be freaking robbed, or, I don't know. I don't know. Everybody thinks they're the good guy, right? Everybody thinks they're the good guy. They're all misunderstood. Well, understand this. I don't have a problem being the bad guy. I don't take responsibility for what other people do, or for things that are beyond my... Well, yeah, I do. I take responsibility for a lot. And doing so is painful. What's that have to do with demons? How did you know I was going to say that? That's the question. You did, didn't you? You, not me, you. Silly. You knew I was going to say that. So what does that have to do with demons? I had a vision today, or was it, of my demon, who I've called by the name of Hera before. And Hera's a good name. Hera. The ants go marching one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. Zeus's wife was Hera, hurrah, hurrah. That's how I remember her best. We've been through some hell together. And now when I see her, a lot of times, I see a clown face where there used to be hugs and kisses and great affection. There's like the clown emoji I see over her. I kind of understand it, and I kind of don't. She's right, I have to loosen up, but I'm right that I need to know where I stand. It does make a difference. It shouldn't. Maybe that's why everything has to be so cloak and dagger, deep dark, deep throat. And it's really so today I saw Hera, through the wall, across the street, walking, and I was talking about a woman, and if I could have my Hera, and I will, I think. It was a Nana who said, like, when I find a woman who really loves me, and we make love, she will become a goddess. She will. Now, in other worlds, other dimensions, in the Twilight Zone, I've met a good amount of goddesses and helped them get to know themselves and each other, I believe. What does this have to do with demons? Sometimes people on their deathbed or whatever, they have panic attacks, and they rightly, a lot of times, they rightly renounce whatever it was that was like their defining characteristic. I don't know exactly what I'm known for the most, but things pertaining to angels and demons are, and God, goddess, Jesus. She criticized me, Hera. She said, all you care about is angels and Jesus. This is all you talk about. I was like, what the hell? This is what you've been doing and everyone else has been wanting me to talk about. For how long? Years? At this point? I don't know how to loosen up. I know that you women out there I know I love you. And I know you're hurting me a lot lately to keep me in check, or what you do, Drop my phone and slit it. Okay. Yeah, and because we can't have anyone thinking you're showing me a favor. even though I'll tell you right now, I choose sides. And it's, one time somebody told me, or was it a teacher, she said, I play favorites. And our favorite was like the guy who was like, not my enemy, but yeah, you could call it a friendly rivalry, but he was liked mostly and outwardly, and I was not mostly outwardly. So. But then again, I was also suicidal a little bit today. Or today was the day I had considered as the day to remove my strain from our somewhat wretched society. The either or is a good game. Like, either I'm going to be the King of England, or I am totally insane. And you could say, that doesn't make sense. And I would say, that's not the point. I know it doesn't make sense. I know that the equation doesn't work. But the fact that everything about my way of thinking has built around the idea of being king, being able to affect change. And nobody's able to affect change in my world more than I am. I swear to God, I just heard her say, okay. Like she was saying, that ain't true. Or she's like, that's good to hear, but I don't hear voices. You could say it was a loud thought. So, my point is that she's messed up enough of my days where I could say, oh, and I do. I call her Satan, and I'm like, man, she's Satan, but I love her, Or I'm Satan, but I'm nice enough. If you're good to me, you're good to other people. You'll have no better friend than me. If you're bad to me and you're bad to, I don't know, people you should be good to, you got no worse enemy than her. I can't include myself yet because, as far as I know, I officially have no position other than pain in the ass. Yes. But I feel things coming to a head, to a conclusion, to closure, maybe. And sometimes it's really like terrible days where somehow you feel you make progress in life. This degree of isolation, very subtle, but nobody's calling me. Nobody calls me. I guess it's important to me whether or not these people in my life are good, because there's so few. There's so few of them that are good. where they all are. Or like me, they're only human. So, this idea of karma is interesting, you know. Karma and money. And power. What are these things worth? Better to think about what you can control in your day. Not even what you can control, just your life. Just my life is my life really that different that I should be thinking this differently? If it turns out that it's not, then I'm incorrect about this stuff, then I owe everyone an apology. And it really didn't change how I acted. If anything, the more I was punished for speaking my truth, speaking the truth, the more I did so, just to say, hey, what are we doing here? But I don't want to get into the whole martyr thing. That mindset, it's not healthy. I don't know. We'll see. So if I turn out to be a flop and not be anything in particular, then I'm an even better cautionary tale, because there's different ways to do things. There's a way which will bring you money, which is right, and organize your writing, no matter what you're writing. Keep it somewhere. And then there's this. So I'm going to keep trying.